When we go back to the masculine and the feminine energy, these are the principles that each and every one of us has.
Yeah.
And it takes us back to for instance, the mind, the logic and the intuitive aspect of ourselves, right? So we all have them. That means if we have not integrated this part, and this is a big thing, you find that even like when it comes to relationship, whether you have a problem with men or with women, friendship, professional, and all that, you realize that often the conflict that you see outside is the conflict that it's reflecting the conflict that is within us. So what I find when I say this is a big one is because I was having conversation this past 2 weeks. Most people who were coming through were more entrepreneurs. And I realized that like they were moving from traditional jobs to now do their own thing. But then there was a conflict. At times you realize that the masculine is still holding into the old traditional job, like this is what you have to do, the logic and all that. But then this person has this gift, whether they're intuitive and all that. And this is like what lights them up. They feel excited when they're following their intuition, when they follow the guidance that is coming from within. They also win in life, but they tend to sabotage this because they don't want to, like, they're not listening to themselves. They're more like in the mind, this is what makes sense. But at times, you don't have to do what makes sense, especially if you really want to win. You get to follow your guidance. Sometimes it may not make sense to the mind because I always say this, the mind is always open in the history. What is it that you know? That means you're going to keep on repeating the same thing over and over again. But when you follow what you do not know, it's like you're accessing that wisdom. You understand? So if there is a conflict of the masculine and the feminine, maybe the masculine is this is the traditional role. You've worked for this, you've got qualification for this. So you can't go in and what are you talking about intuition? Who would even understand that? What are you talking like you're stupid or something like that? And that's my experience as well. So if there is a conflict within, then what is the best way? Procrastinate. Don't do anything because nothing makes sense. You self sabotage because nothing makes sense. But when the two are integrated, they're harmonized. You work together as a team. When the feminine energy is bringing in that inspiration, the masculine, like the structure, it has the container to hold whatever that the feminine is bringing through. And then you take action from the masculine because you are in agreement, you are in agreement and in alignment with the vision rather than when the masculine does not get the vision and the feminine is bringing all this inspiration and you don't do anything. And it's another thing, even when you are operating from the masculine energy only, that is, you're going to take action for the sake of what? Taking action. Is it in alignment? Is it inspired action? No, it's just that I have to. This is why people often are in the do and they end up burning out because they feel like they have to do it. They just have to hustle. I have to push through. And this is something that I pick up a lot. It doesn't matter how successful you are. I've come across people who, when I just connect with them, it's like a heart attack is about to happen anytime, but yet they're crashing